Finance Committee meeting. I'd like to start by discussing the public comment. The Pennridge School Board welcomes public comment. According to Policy 903, remind everyone of the following. Public comment shall be limited to 3 minutes unless otherwise specified by the board. Participants must be recognized by the presiding officer and note their name and municipality. All statements shall be directed to the presiding officer rather than to individual board members, district employees, or members of the public. The speaker may speak once during each comment period. Please note that these sessions are designed for comments to protect the confidentiality and privacy rights of all members of our community. The board encourages members of the public to direct any comments regarding particular individuals, such as students or district employees, privately to the superintendent or other appropriate administrators or board members, or to communicate with the board and superintendent privately by sending an email to psdschoolboard@pennridge.org. Questions raised and not addressed may be followed up at a later time. So it's public comment. Anyone wish to comment before we start the agenda? I don't see anyone rushing to the podium, so we will go forward with the review of contracts for approval. They are listed in the agenda as A through H. Mr. Daubert, would you give us a brief review of these?
All right, the first two contracts, letters A and B for Education Incorporated, are for students that are placed in medical facilities. The rate is $45.50 per hour for the educational services for those students. C is Kids Peace tutorial services. This is for a student. Again, this is the medical necessity issue for a student, and this is $40 per hour. D is the Leaders Services. This is the IEP writer subscription that comes around every year. Cost is $18,258 for the IEP writer and $3,731 for the web module, and they are both free. E is an agreement with Penn Foundation.
Can you speak up, please?
For mental health services, and that's March 13th of 18 through March 12th of 19, and that is just an agreement. It does not have any cost to that agreement, but again, it's agreement with the board. F is the Echelon Security Services Agreement. This is $26 per hour, and this is for additional security services above and beyond our security staff when needed at the high school level or at the stadium level. But that's what that's for. Okay. G is the Delta School. This is a contract for a student that's already placed at the Delta School, but this is for the extended school year services that need to be in place for this summer for this particular student. Cost is $200 per day, or it's $5,400 for the entire summer if the student is there for the entire 27 educational days this summer. And then H is the another extended school year contract. This is for Jill Miller, and Jill does the Wilson language instruction in the district, and the cost for that is $50 per hour.
Thank you. Are there questions that board members have? Mrs. Noah?
I have a couple of questions. Maybe I should direct this to the Jill. What is her last name? Miller?
Miller.
Yeah, thanks. I should have known.
How did you forget
The
that?
Wells. I know, right? That is not an employee of Pennridge. That's coming in the ESY. Who would answer that?
That's a contract.
Okay, so that's not an employee of Pennridge. Don't we have? Well, I guess we'd have to find an employee that would be willing to do it. Is that the problem
Yes.
for the summer? Okay. And I had a question on something else. What was the one before that? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Delta School.
Oh, the security. Do I direct that to you again?
Sure.
Okay. How often are we using them? Do you know? Do we have an idea of how much we're using
They were
their services?
the services. The original need for the services was the Saturday morning.
Okay.
But
Right.
detentions. So that's what the initial need is, and that's where I believe that Mr. Bone is using them.
Okay.
But then this will also allow us, if we have other
Needs.
needs
Okay.
like that, then we could have a resource to grab.
Okay, so this is a fairly new, I
Yes.
don't remember seeing this before.
Yes,
Okay.
very, very new. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question on that same topic. I was just wondering what kind of qualifications they require for staff that they hire, so that if we're contracting with this company to bring in security, we know what kind of background these people have. Do we know what their qualifications are that they require?
I do not. We can find out what the qualifications are for each of the employees. I'm sure they have training.
Yeah.
They would have their clearances for sure. But as far as what type of training they have, I'm not aware of.
If you could find out.
Anyone else have questions that they'd like to ask about these 8 items? Not? Are people in favor of moving them forward to the board for a motion? Okay, it'll be on the board agenda for the 26th, 4th, whatever the next board meeting is. So the other item tonight, the major item tonight's agenda, is the budget review, and we have 3 sections of that. The first of which has to do with the pupil services, and we have Dr. Vogarka, sorry, I've mangled your name, but here tonight to make her initial presentation in this area. Thank you.
Thank you.